Hi guys, welcome to Late Night Arting. How is everybody? I hope you're doing good. Let's see, it's Monday, July 24th, if you can believe it. I had my 6-month surgery checkup, and since a year ago this month, July, I've lost 90 to 95 pounds, so that's great. And let's see, what else? I cleaned out my bedroom today. I had 5 like lawn garden size bags full of clothes that didn't fit. We took those out to the big car, and we'll take those in tomorrow to exchange, which will be, oops, I keep hitting that. Sorry. I was trying to move the water so I don't spill it on anything. So, as you guys know, it's school supply time. So, if you want to get composition books, and I'll show you why you might want some of them. These are 50 cents at Walmart, and this purple one was. So I picked up 4 of those. And I might pick up a couple more just to keep them handy, because even at Dollar Tree, you pay twice as much for them. And this is what I do to the front of it. Let me stick this up a little bit so you can see. So this is me. It's my idea book. This is an illustration I did, and I had printed out postcards. The group I was in was called Pink Polka Dots, or Polka Dots, not Pinkwoods. And so I put this on the front, and it said hello next to it. And then on the back, it had all my information. I haven't gone to them since before, the pandemic, and I probably won't go back just because I don't network like that anymore. So I made this. This is just typical, what's it called? Scrapbook paper. And this right here is a sticky from a sticky back 12 by 12 from Dollar Tree. And then these are stickers. And so I just put all this down. This is a I don't know if that was a wallpaper sample or just a heavy piece of paper. And then in it, I thought that flower was pretty. I have a file folder in it that is in the front that I can stick stuff in. Then I made, out of 2 pages, I made a pocket for the front, and I keep stuff in there. And then these are some of my ideas, and I lined that page with a magazine cover or something. And I glued 2 pages together, so I keep track of the challenges I'm doing and when I mail them out and stuff in here. And then I don't have anything else in here because I put another pocket at the back. And then I use this. Oh, that's what that side strip was. I left the ruler over here because I often need a ruler. So that's good. And I didn't decorate the back because I thought it was pretty anyway. And I have this down here, but I'll probably just put a sticker or something over it. So that's what I do with my composition books. I'm going to put tabs in it. So I'll put, and I ripped out of this one, I ripped a bunch of pages, you can see. I'm not going to always do that because I don't use them to stuff so much. But yeah, so if you're looking for that, glue is also on sale, stick glue, Elmer's at Walmart. And I know Target has it. I just haven't been back to their school supply section yet. So it's a good time to buy that stuff, guys. Do I have a place to put these? Why would I not? Okay, there's the other one. So I don't. And then let's see. I know we were talking about stamps the other time. I don't know, a couple times ago. And this is one of the stamps I made. So it's out of one of those pink erasers. So I cut through it on accident, but that's okay. So I'll use that sometime. Then, let's see. I'm going to work on this. I would have taken it out of the mat, but I matted it so good I can't rip it apart. So it's matted. This is just different watercolor layering techniques, and I sold the others that kind of went with this one. So I have a couple left that are like this. So I'll probably add something to it. I don't know what, but I'm thinking about it. And then the last, oh, you don't want to see her. I won't put her thing up. The last challenge I have is my Makers of Mixed Media, and we're doing postcards. I don't know if I have to do 3 or 4, can't remember. But this one's called The Pull of the Moon. The theme was sun and moon, and they had to both be in there. So it says, "Come to me, the moon." And I ripped out the circle and the sun rays, and those are out of a yellow index card. And then I had this just some texture on a magazine paper, and so I ripped that. And then she's from a magazine too. And then I had these weird scraps, so I made them into mountains. And then the reason you see it shiny like that is because I used my liquid or my water soluble oil pastels on it. So they're not coming off, so I think that'll be fine. I'll put it into a plastic thing before I send it. And so I started this one. I don't know if I'll use it or not. And then the back, it's just one of my crackers boxes. That way it's got some heft to it, because postcards usually do. And then I made this one, and I have a moon and a sun, and I also have this sun. And these I cut out of a one of those ephemera books that I bought. I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't very expensive. It's a fairly cheap one, and the paper is pretty cheap. But I'm going to do something with these guys. So I have to finish those and get them out. The fun thing I did, hey Barbie. The other thing I did was, it's all right, you could be asleep. I made a tag, and I found my crocodile, which punches holes, and then you can put one of these and make it into a rivet, an eyelet. So it looks so professional when they're done. This is some origami paper that somebody sent me in a haul, and I love it. I'm going to order some of the different ones because I've been using it. It's slick and soft, and I just love the patterns. So that's a tag I started, and it just looks so professional, putting that in it. So I like that. So that's another thing I want to work on. And then I got today, it was supposed to be here Friday, and it showed up today. Ridiculous. Let's see, I have a place for these organza bags, which I hate. I ordered a tag for my when you have bariatric surgery, you can't have NSAIDs, and you can't do a tube. It's called a blind, and a blind NG tubes. So if they were to need to do that, they know that, and they know I've had gastric bypass surgery. So I wanted a stainless steel one. Sorry, there's a hair on my eyeball. I wanted a stainless steel one. It doesn't have anything on the back, and on the front or whatever. And then it has the catechist, I think is what it's called. And it just says gastric bypass, no blind NGs, and no NSAIDs. So I could engrave it also to say no sulfa, because I'm allergic to sulfa. But it was $10 to get this little one in stainless steel that's for a keychain. And to get the same one as a bracelet, it was like $35 or something. It's ridiculous. So I will make my own bracelet. I'll wear it on my left hand where I wear my watch. Sorry. And that will probably be the only bracelet I have on. But so yeah, I have to make something to go with this. And I was trying to think about what I'll use, because I don't have a stainless steel bracelet that fits right anymore. And so I have this bracelet that I made, and I have it with it's a Marguerite or a Lifesaver clasp, and I've been trying it out, and it doesn't get caught. And this was the pretend this. So I might put that one over, but I did find, I'm going to show you something with this one. I did find this chain that I had made and I lost the toggle part on it. So I was thinking about making it out of this chain. This is a nice heavy duty chain. There we go. It's very dirty. It's tarnished. And I was going to show you, I sell these cleaning packs for $15, and they have, I don't remember, three of these, which are shiny cloths, and they're embedded with polish. So you don't want to get these wet. If they get wet, just throw them away. It has 3 of those. Then it has 2 of these. I cut this one, but these kind of rough up the surface on one side and then smooth it out on the other. So if you have scratches in your sterling, you could use this and then polish it and it'll look new again. And then it has, well, I have pink ones right now, but I had blue ones when I did that. So you get 2 of the files and then 1 of this. So usually you do this, you know, the rough side, then the smooth side, then you go over it with this, and then you wipe it down with this. And then I put tarnish pads in there. I know, anti-tarnish. So if you have an airtight container or even just your jewelry box that you can close down, putting these squares in will keep everything from tarnishing. It's like magic, my granddaughter used to say. So I was going to show you, I ran over this 3 or 4 times and it looks better compared to the way it started. I'll show you. And it is sterling. So those are the first ones. But if I go over it with this, and this one's been used a lot, 2, 3, 4, which is as many as I did with this. Now look at the difference between the 2. See how much prettier this one looks? Because these cloths aren't really meant to clean deep tarnish like the likes on this. So that looks so much better. Because it goes from this one to just the cloth, which you can see the difference, but this looks the best, obviously. And once you start wearing your jewelry, it will tarnish, but it will only tarnish in spots that like you can't get down into when you're washing. Hi, Anne. How are you? So I think I'm going to make it out of this. And I wasn't sure how to secure it because I want to make sure that it won't fall off and that it'll stay on. Oh, that looks so much better. So much prettier when silver's. And that didn't take all the tarnish off or anything, but it did make it, you know, look shinier than when it was before. So I have, go over there. I have these clasps that I bought. They were a pretty penny because they're sterling. I'll show you one of them, but they're really nice. They're like a carabiner, so they'll unscrew. I screwed it back on. Which way? Oh no. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Come on, go left. I'm gonna have to get another one out now. My husband undo that one. Let me see. I'll do it up close. I had one open earlier. Now I wished I'd left it. I don't know what I did with it. But, oh, there. Is it going? No, I tightened it again. Oh, there. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, I'm on fire. Which way are you going? Oh. So it's coming undone. You can see the threads. Oh, there we go. There it is. So there's a little gap in there. And you can put your chain or whatever. Maybe I can get it a little further down. These chains are actually not finished. So they're locking jump rings. I know some of them open because I saw the thing. So I might have to do it that way to seal it with this because that's so small. And I don't think I can get it any bigger than that. It's supposed to hold tiny little ones, but I do like them. So I can work on that. See, I put my finger on it. You can see where the hole, it's just tiny. It's a few millimeters. I was wearing this today. Well, I've been wearing it a while. Is it this end? Okay. So this is like a handmade chain. So they cut out the little pattern on it and then they folded it up to make them into boxes. And I broke it, which is my life story. And then, so to fix it, I put a pearl in it with some onyx. But I noticed today that this was off kilter. Is it this side or this side? Which side was it? And it's come loose. Oh, there I go. See? It's popped up. So I'm going to have to slide it back so it's in the right spot. And then what I will do, I thought it was this side. Maybe both sides did it. No? Nope, just that one. Okay. So what I will do is put a little piece of solder under here, and then I will hang it off of my third hand, which is just like tweezers. So it will hang from here like this, like that. And I'll put a little piece of solder right there. I'll probably stick it under it actually. And then I will put the rest of it. I'll have like, I'll have a container that has water in it like this. And I will have it all down in the water so that it doesn't damage any of them. And then I'll just heat this right here so that the solder melts. So that's how I will do that. And this pearl is a really nice pearl, broke pearl, and I wear it all the time. And it does, I use it when I wash my hands, so it isn't that big a deal. But I saw that driving today, and I was like, holy crap, we can't have that. We cannot have that because I'll lose it. I just knocked something on the floor and have no idea what it was. So these are fabulous. So I have those. Where's the other one? Right there. Or I have this toggle clasp, or this lobster claw clasp that's a 16 millimeter and it turns. Is this one the turning? Yeah. So it turns like that. And I might use that one instead. It's a nice big one. And on that chain, where'd the chain go? It's right in front of me. And on this chain, that would look really nice. And what I would do to secure the end here, because I don't want to, I'm not going to do another jump ring on there. What I would use is some wire and my, okay, I have this. And just wire it on there. Make a closed loop wire thing. Come on. Oh gosh, the stainless steel doesn't move much. And I'm using the cheapest pliers I own. Okay, there we go. So I took that off because I'll save that. So then I opened the jump ring and you twist it back and forth, not pull it open. And let's see if I did it on that side. Yeah. So I'll do it a couple in from the end. And so I'll just loop it on my chain. And then these needle noses from, I'm sure these are from Harbor and Freight. So then it goes back together, but there's a little gap yet. So what I'm going to do is hold it like this and flatten it because it's a little higher than it was. Oh, shoot. Maybe I have to do it under. And I should, it would help if I had a second pair of pliers in here, which I do, but there. Stainless steel does not move much. So it's still not quite flat, but now it's together. So I can now use my pendant thing and help twist it just a little bit. So I'm going to twist, there we go. And then, oops, nope, it bounced back. Oh, there, I got it. So now that's not coming off. So that'll be like that. And then I won't need another end because these are nice big loops. So I can do that. Okay, come on. I might solder that other one since I'm not going to take it off probably once I get it on. So that's how it would look when I was wearing it with my watch. And I need it a little bigger than 7.5. So if I cut one, okay, that one's not open. And that one's not open. So now I need my cutters. Do I have cutters in here? I think I do. Maybe I didn't. Crimper and cutters. And let's see what they have. Oh, I do have. These are really old. I think these are some of the first ones I ever bought. So I think this was the one I was going to cut, of course. And I look for where the solder joint is. And then I cut it right there, because that's already been the weakest point in it. And it's sterling, so it's not, if I use that one, it's going to be way long. Well, that's all right for now. So then I'm going to put it onto my little thing like that. And I can put it right back together the way it was. And if you don't want to see the seam or you want to help seal it up, if you use a little emery board after you've done that to your loops, it will hide that seam again. Emery board. Do I have one sitting here? No, but I do have a file. It's a flat one too. So I'm just going to go make sure that it's flat together. Yep, can't even feel it or see it. And so I've made my ID bracelet. And I like that the jump ring or the lobster claw, oh, goodness gracious. I like that the lobster claw turns. It makes it easier. Let's see. Oh, so there I have it on. And it's with my watch. So as one or the other moves, I'll have it. So that's what I did. It was pretty easy. And then I still have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 inches of chain left on here of this heavy duty chain. If I was to buy 16 inches of that now, it would cost me about $75. Crazy. So now I have this too, so I can build a keychain on this if I want. And I started some the other day. Those I'll put back in the bag. So I can use, if it gets, as I lose weight, if I lose some more on my wrist, I can move that to up here. And it'll have a little dangle on it, and I can put, a crystal or something on it, a ball or something. So that took care of that one thing down, guys. Woohoo! We're cooking. Cooking. Hey, 710. It's Barbie. Ken's asleep. Sterling. Yep. The bracelet's all sterling and the clasp is sterling, but this is stainless steel. Because if I could have stamped it myself out of copper or out of sterling, but sterling, this is engraved by a laser, so that will stay longer and be more legible than if it was in sterling. So I like that, and it won't turn colors. What I was originally going to do is use my silver balls and make a chain, but because I usually wear a silver ball chain, but my bracelets right now are either too big or too small. And I have this one that's 18 inches, And I put it on and I decided I wasn't going to take it apart. So then it means I have to find enough balls, which I don't like. And I did a short that showed some of the pegboard that I put up. I need a piece of paper. And I was so excited. I cannot find a hole punch in my house. You would think I would have plenty of hole punches. I know I do. Good. Here, we'll use this really smooth paper. We'll use that, and I'll get my stamps. Oh, I hit it. So I don't. Okay, there we go. There we go. So here's some of the stamps I have. I keep them in these little baggies. This one has words on it, and so does this one. This one says inspire. I have one that says create and something else. These have some coffee stains. I kept them because I like those 3 hearts and the stars, but I'll probably sell that one. This is the different holidays and stuff. Graduation, July. It had a little bird that I've used in it, and I love it. Here's the little birdie. He turns out really cute. And I think that's where one of them I got leaves too. So I like them. Then these I got off. I think these were from Temu, or they're ones I've had a long time. And they're just numbers. It's no big deal. These are sentiments, which I don't use very much. And then these, there's a happy birthday, get well soon, that stuff. I have that, and then it has those flowers, which are like the ones I draw. So I went ahead and kept this one. I haven't used it yet, but I was thinking about using it today. And I always use, well, I don't always, but most of the time I use archival ink because it's acid-free, permanent, and waterproof. This is archival ink by Ranger. And that way I can always I can always paint over it. So this is the one I made out of the eraser. So, oh, it's taken the ink really well. You can still see it needs more ink. And I lots of times will bring the, oh, there, see, that's a good ink. And the ink helps build up on the eraser a little bit, and it'll make a better, ooh, quit hitting that. It'll make a better imprint. And I do have acrylic squares. I found one of them in here, tiny ones. And so you can use them. I always let my stamp sit and then do that. So that's what it turned out like. That's a pretty good stamp that I made myself. I have a bunch more in a drawer over there. I have a hair, one of mine. But I don't always, let me grab that box, that drawer. I don't always use the acrylic block. If you're stamping on something, you want it to be a little bit squishy. So I am stamping on my cork background. Are any of the ones I made in here? Of course not. Why would that happen? But here's some stamp blocks. So these are bigger blocks. And the clear stamps that you get at anywhere, they'll stick to it. And if they don't stick anymore, like this one, oh, it does. I'll show you the little birdie. He's cute. So I have my stamp pad and I'm just patting him down on it. And then I check to see how the ink is, and it looks good. And we'll put the birdie below here. And that just gives you even pressure. Look at that. That turned out so good. I don't have a lot of stamps because I just make mine usually. But it was fun to have some of these little birdies. Let's see if I can get a second one, a ghost one. Yep, those are called ghost prints. Because there it is. They're usually very light. So I have the little birdie. I knocked the leaves on the floor. Let's get one of these out. This came as a die and a stamp set. I sent the die to Cindy Lou Bob because I don't have one of those cutting machines. I don't. Ugh, it's clinging to me. So these are very sticky on the back. So I want this one right here. So what I'll do is I'll put a bunch of stamps on here and then I could go in and color them. I don't know if that stamp's supposed to go with it or not. I don't really care. The nice thing about the clear blocks is you can see through. Some of them have grids on them. Ooh, it inked up pretty good. Now this is the first time I've ever used this stamp, so it may need, oh yeah, see it's not taking the ink as evenly. So when that happens, I get the ink pad, oh there. So, I'll have ink all over my hands by the time this is done. But let's put this on here and see what we get. Oh, okay. I didn't know you were here, Miss Cindy. Just a second. She says she's blocked on my channel. So, which heck only knows. Let me go into here. I think you go into your thing, your channel. I think that's where I go. Your channel. Share, no. Update. View more analytics in the studio. I can't remember. I've never blocked anybody, so maybe that's under audience. Well, Cindy, if you know how to unblock somebody, send it to me on that. Okay. It doesn't, I don't know where it shows me where I blocked. Okay, I'm going to, what's that one do? No. Let's see. Edit channel. Manage accounts, edit channel. Do I need to edit it? Nope. Yeah, Cindy, I don't know what it is. So let's see what you said. See. Okay, she's talking to me. Let's see. Not sure if I'm blocked, but my comments keep disappearing. Yeah, I know. I don't see any of your comments. Oh, hi, Jeffrey. YouTube Studio, Barbie says. See all these smart people? That's why I love y'all. Okay, so I'm going to YouTube Studio. Got it. I had 58.5 watch hours last week. I don't know if anyone cares. Thumbs up. Not enough thumbs up. I don't see it, Barbie. I don't. So if I go into content, restrictions, would that be it? Nope, nope, nope. So that's not it. Dashboard. Maybe I have to go on through the internet. I don't know. This is making it not fun to have everybody do comments. Let me see if I do it. Oh, I was like, wow, that's a Blick sign. All messages, community moderation, live on chat. Oh, Pooh, where'd it go? Live chat. No. discard. So chat filter, all messages, it's not there. Community moderation, live chat on. Anyone can participate, so you should be able to, Cindy. And message delays. Okay, none of that's it. So I don't know, Cindy. I don't know what to do. I don't have you blocked anywhere else. Oh, let's do it this way. Google. This is riveting, I'm sure. Okay. Go to myaccount.google.com blocked list. Okay. Well, I know I definitely didn't do anything in Google, but you know, when you carry your thing around, anything can happen in your butt. When it's on my, let's see. Block list, google.com. Well, there's an error there. Well, that's not good. Okay, Cindy, I just wanted you to be able to talk. My husband even said, you and Cindy Lou Bob haven't been talking much. I don't know how to do it, though. Oh, hey, I did find it. Chat. Oh, I don't care. I've had a migraine all day. Oh, I don't have it. So I've had this stupid migraine all day. And why isn't this going? And, well, I haven't had it all day. I got it at the doctor's office, starting with that. And then, yeah, I can't find it. I'm sorry, guys. I will find it, Cindy, and fix it after we get off. Oh, I love these stamps. They turned out well. I don't stamp very well. I always think stamping's cheating. I know it's not. It's just a mental block I have. I could put like more than one stamp on here at a time. Because, you know, that would... Somebody said that you have to hold it down and let the ink, I don't know, ink. Yeah, see, that one wasn't near as good. So I usually take my stamp pad in my hand and go like this to it. I don't ever rub my stamp pads, and people rub it like that. That like freaks me out. Because if your stamp has something on it, it might ruin your stamp pad. Not necessarily, but it's the same darn place. It's just the stamp, not my ink. Yeah, I know it's changed. Okay. Oh, there. That's a really good coverage. So I bet third time's a charm. What do y'all say? So anyway, I came home and I took some muscle relaxant and some Tylenol because I can't take ibuprofen. And then I went to bed. I stopped in at Cindy's auction and then I went to bed. And it was hard to sleep. And I got up. Cindy, you were off when I got up. You had just ended. And then I had to take 2 more. So I've had 20 milligrams of muscle relaxant in me. And it's still killing me. But Arding usually helps me when I have a headache. If it's not too bad, like if it's like now where it's kind of tolerable, then I can relax some doing it. Ooh, that's a cool one. I don't ever make shapes like that. So that's cool. So yeah, Cindy, I don't know if you heard me. I sent you some Happy Mail, and it's these that I'm printing out right now. It's the thing to those, the cut thing or whatever. So those are all, it dries fairly fast. Plus I have my fan on because I needed it. I also have, I could put those in here too. So I keep my little, because I don't own very many stamps. So I keep the ink pads, and these are all Dollar Tree drawers. And I just tape them together, and then I actually am going to super glue like 3 sets of them together and then maybe make it 4 tall with super glue, because I saw somebody else that did it and it didn't look bad. So I will do that. I had thought about doing that, but I thought maybe the super glue would turn yellow. I might just use E6000. So the reason I was doing these is because I was thinking about doing that on there, but I'm not going to because those are just too good. So I bought a little thing back here to hold all my crap so I can get it and it's not so intrusive. Here, this is how bad my head hurt. I lit a candle just so I could have it. I can't remember what it's called. It's the Daybreak Rave. I can't remember what it smells like. It doesn't say. It's probably some type of cucumber melon or something. I don't particularly like heavy fragrances. It's made with essential oils. It was $12.99. I would have never paid that if I had known. So I think what I'm going to do is make a flower in here. So let's see. Oh, and I was going to show you something too. That reminded me. So I drew very light and drew a flower. And I left the center open. And then I'll probably draw that flower one more time because this is a small piece. I don't want to overwhelm it. I mean, I will. I always put too many flowers. My husband's like, you just put flowers on everything. So there I have one up in the corner now. So we need some foliage. I want it to, I'm going to have one come out up there. I'm going to leave the white space in there because it looks nice. So I'll have one come out here and maybe, so I was supposed to go out to lunch with my friend. She lives about a half hour from me, and we eat lunch together every month. And I knew with my headache and doing this tonight, that I probably would not feel like doing that. So I've got those flowers. What other flowers? See, I'm having a block of what I may just do it like that and then put another flower over here. Maybe that's all I'll do. I mean, it's not like I can ruin it because, well, it's already hasn't sold, so it doesn't matter. And then I can put a leaf like this. So now what I'll do is I didn't think about this. Do I have a permanent one. Oh, I have one of these. These are one of my favorite Sharpies. They're just the fine tip. It says extra fine tip. It's the same as their other one. But I just like them because they're smaller to hold. So I'm going to, and this is on watercolor paper. I think you can see the texture in it there. Yeah, you can. And so I try not to use my really good like micron pens and stuff, art pens, and use a Sharpie because this eats up the tips. And this may be enough that it will take that tip right down to the thing. So I will, let me get you guys in a little bit closer. And then I'll do this. Sorry, I have a mosquito bite. They're everywhere this year. So I'm going to start here. And I'm going to go up in here. Now I don't want to write on the mat, so I'm being careful about that. On the edges there. Okay. And I didn't like this flower, so I'm not going exactly where I had it before. So I like that a lot better. There we go. And I can go in and erase that. So let's go down here. I really didn't need to do it in pencil first. If I knew I was just going to make these simple little flowers, I wouldn't have done it in pencil first. Because these are ones that I make. Oops, those two crossed. These are ones that I make all the time. So, like I said, I got my other pegboard put up next to me. So now I have a pegboard right in front of me. And that's where I'm going to hang stuff that I'm using. And right now I have a light on, hanging on there, my ring light. And then I'll put my beads and stuff probably that I'm using right now on that wall. And over to my right, I have the one that I've had for a while, and I'm using it. I hung up all my seed beads that I had in tubes. I need some more tubes, but I hung those up. And then put the one next to it, which is a little shorter, but like that's okay. I'm not like upset about it. And then I'm going to, I have a little tiny, I don't have my good eraser. Let me see. So before you use your eraser on something like this, you want to make sure it's clean. Okay, yeah, nothing came off it. So I'm going to go in here. And I wrote pretty light, so I don't have to press very hard. If you have an electronic eraser, or it's battery operated, but if you have one of those, this is a good place to use it because they're tiny and they're just used for like technical drawings and stuff. This is a good place to use it. And I usually rub in circles, not just along that line, because if there's a ghosting or anything like that, anything moves, you don't want to have a line there. So I'll go in and design. In graphic design, we had to buy a brush, a specific brush to brush all of our crumbs off. I think I got rid of that long ago. Now I just blow it off, which pencil's not going to hurt you in eraser, but don't ever blow off your pastels because that turns, it's very thin particles and they do get in your lungs. And we live, well, at least I live where there's enough air pollution that I don't need anything else in my lungs. Not to mention I was a social smoker. So when we'd go out, my friends would drink and I'd be the designated driver, because I would have rather had a cigarette than alcohol. So I'm sure that I damaged my lungs some. And then, the word that we don't say. There we go. Actually, I might like it with just the 3 flowers. So I'm going to go back in. Come on. I'm going to go back in and we'll start up here in the corner, and I'm going to do little circles. I was trying to think of how I wanted these flowers to look. but I will do circles. None of them are perfect or anything like that. I'm just putting circles in them. And like that one didn't come down that far, so I added a little length to it. Okay, that added a lot to that flower already. These aren't real flowers. These are just flowers that I made up in my head that I always, they're a 5-petal flower. It's one of the ones I teach in my doodle class as a doodle to use. So there's that one. Actually, this would be a very good one for a class to teach you how to do this because it's easy. If you guys haven't been watching Cindy Loves Jewelry and Paper, go to hers and watch. She's been making some really cool landscapes. They're a folk art kind of flattened landscape. So you see the layers going from here, each level. And Diane Anton, I think is her name, is the one that is one of the people that Cindy learned that from, she said. So I'm going to put a stem in, and I broke it up, or the middle of the leaf. I broke it up because I don't need it to be real exact. Sometimes I do them exact, sometimes I don't. I think I'm going to go back in. This one turned out. So I did it real lightly to start with so that I knew if I'd like it or not, which I do. I'm going to go back around my flowers now. See how there's one line around them? I like it when there's kind of a shaky line too. It makes the leaves look a little bit more. I'm having the worst trouble with this light today. There we go. Oh, but it's because they're white. So I'm going to do that. I'm adding that to them. And it's nice, especially if you don't have a sturdy hand or you didn't like the shape of your petals, you can kind of change it with that, which is cool, which is why I do that. And I didn't like that. Sorry, sometimes it's hard for me to process thoughts when my head hurts. But and I don't know, sometimes when I have a headache, I do things different than what I would have like if I didn't have a headache. So leaves aren't usually flat like that. So I'm going to go in and kind of add little hairs. Instead of outlining them again, I'm just adding little hairs. It looks like they're kind of, see, jagged now. Good night. I love you.
I love you too.
And then I'm going to add a few of these little veins because that's how they get their water. So there you go. I don't know if I might go back and add them to the other side. It depends. This kind of reminds me of like a flower pattern. I know I saw it, Barbie, but I couldn't find it on my phone fast enough. But I just wouldn't have blocked anybody. I've never blocked anybody, not on purpose. So, Cindy, I'm sorry. So here where I had overlapped the two, you can't even tell where that was now because I put the squigglies and then I put the circles in. So that's kind of some. And I've been watching this girl, Crafty Cat. I don't remember what her name is. And she has a shaky hand and she goes in and does scribblies, like real scribblies, like she would go in and she'll be doing something and she'll go scribbly, and that's her scribble line like that. Ooh, can't see it all there. She does scribbly lines like that. So I might add some of those into my art because I haven't really done that. Let's see, can you see that? Not, so it's not blurry. There we go. I am going to add these over here because it looked lopsided. And you can't have a lopsided leaf. You can do whatever you want. Because most leaves aren't perfect anyway. They've been eaten by caterpillars and bugs. Oops, see, I went out of the line there. So I'm going to have to go around. This one I did more squigglies than the prickies. The pricklies. So tell me, guys, what are you working on? Are you working tonight or are you just watching? Troy's probably bouncing around from all the different channels. He checks in. He was telling us a story about his mom. His mom actually dated Elvis for a while. And I thought that was cool. And Elvis sent her stuff as he got more and more popular. So Troy said they have stuff from him. I thought that was kind of cool. So I added a line in there because it was looking a little barren. So there's that. So I actually am kind of digging that. I don't know that I'll add any more else to it. I'll have to look at it for a while. I may make the lines thicker. I don't know. I'm kind of digging on it just being this way. So I'll turn it this way so you can see the whole thing. I already signed it, so I have to do it that way. I may add a leaf. I'm going to. Oh, gosh. I'm going to add a leaf right here. Foreshortening. Oh, on a 3/4 turned head. Yes. Yeah, I know. I'll do that when I get off. That's cool, Barbie. It's hard to learn to make anything going. You naturally draw one way. And so then learning to make whatever your subject is, people or dogs or flowers in my case, go the other way is sometimes really hard. There we go. Oh, hey, now that kind of connects them all and they go through there. I think I want, let me see here. If I have the little circlies here, then I have my things. Of course, these turn out better than, oh, see, I like this flower better than any of those. Maybe I'll go in and add some of this. Yeah, you're still doing the Loomis. Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to add something to it. Maybe I'll just add more petals. I think that's what I'll end up doing. I don't know. We could do a petal here that's behind it. There. Because I don't decorate my flowers very well. There. Oh, my hands are getting dirty. All right. Okay, we'll put one over here. So now I always say that I do semi-realistic flowers. So I'm going to put this aside and I'll just set it up in front of me where I can see it. So against that, I don't know. It may need something else, but I'm not sure what at this point. I may have to go in and maybe add a glazing of color to each one or something. Of course, that flower turned out the best because I didn't care. So I'm not a moon and stars girl, but I need to figure that out because I got to get that done. It's nice because the girl that I'm trading with, I think her name's Edie. She is in Laramie, which isn't very far from me. So it'll only take a couple days to get to her. So I like the sun. Now, can you get darker or lighter? No, you just got brighter. There we go. There we go. But I have to put a moon too. This is the moon I have, but I can make myself one. And I had thought about, oops, this little thing got flipped over. I had thought about intertwining them like that. But I don't like it. And so when I cut them out, I fussy cutted them. This one, I outlined all of the things with black. I used a thick black Sharpie. And what I did was I had it down, and then I just used the Sharpie in here so that it would kind of just bleed and not, so none of the white would show. I had thought about putting this one here and the moon above it, and putting this one like that, so it would be like that. The moon is just mean looking, I think. I don't know. That may be my problem, is I just think the moon is mean looking. So that's how it would be. And I could have the moon down here. I don't really have any good sayings for the moon. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. This is like killing me, guys. I have some more paper, though. Let me grab it. And we'll see if I can't. Ooh, my knee. I don't know what this paper is. It's very smooth. It feels like it's about 120 weight. So it may be some printing paper that I have. So let's see. I can put that down there so at least we're not all bright. So if I do, ouch, I can't straighten my knee right now. A sun, because, you know, what else could I do? There's a sun. Well, there's some circles. And then I can radiate some sun. That's not going to look like a sun ray. I don't know. It looks like it's rabbit ears. I don't know. This is just going to look like a tragic flower, not a sun. This is why I don't do moon and stars. I have like no way to do a moon and a star or a sun. My husband's like, so don't do it. And I'm like, no, I signed up for the challenge. I have to do it. But I am not, like, I just don't. My daughter does. My granddaughter's kind of into it. Okay, so there's my son. Yeah, that's just like a terrible flower at this point. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to make some more of these circles around here because when in doubt, add scribbles. There. So I go down. Maybe I could, oh, I have an idea. I don't know. So these I'm not like making scribblies. I'm just kind of going over where they were. Trying to make the same kind of shape. And I turn my paper so that my wrist doesn't get in funny positions because I have overuse syndrome in my hand and it will swell up when I use it too much. And it started hurting when it does that. So I do turn the paper and not my hand. Just like when you're cutting. Turn the thing you're cutting, not your scissors. Oh, one of the things I got from Cindy Lou Bob in her package from her craft sale was I bought her a big thing, just a miscellaneous. And then it had a sharpener in it for scissors. And I think it kind of works, although my scissors had glue over them, so I'm not really sure how well it will work, but let's see. I want a moon. And since I want a moon, and the only moon I know how to draw is that one, the crescent moon. And, oh goodness, what? I don't want to ruin the moon. Should I make him have a face? Should I make him have a face? I don't know. Maybe I don't want that. So, I know the moon has craters. They used to think it was made out of cheese. Of course, you know, I drew these like huge. Oh, they would still fit on. Oh, I did pretty good then. So, my eyes are itching. It's probably from the candle, or my husband opened the front door right next to me. I just have like no idea. Oh, wow, I've done an hour. Well, at least I've wasted an hour of your time. I don't know. We need to add some scribblies in here too. This just isn't going anywhere. Nowhere. It's going nowhere fast. Oh, I was going to try and make some rays. Maybe I should just type out a saying or something about the sun and the moon and then just put it on a card. That's not very good. Thank God they pair me up with people who are like me and novices at stuff like this. And not, I mean, they did pair me with Carrie, but Carrie the crafter, Carrie Griffith. But other than that, they haven't. I just don't know. You went to sleep and woke up at 11:30. Well, that's good. I kind of want to do. Oh, I have an idea. We need a star. Okay, hold on. I have to practice a star first because I make my stars like most of us do, like that. But when you make a star, you don't want it to have the lines in the middle. So I always have to draw it out first. And then my stars are stupid. Look at that. Why is it blanching so bad? There. See, my stars are kind of stupid, but I would like a star hanging off my moon. So we'll start with the top thing here. And then I'm reading a book. It's a series. And I like the one that I'm reading right now. They're in Russia trying to recover a artifact. You don't even remember the solves. That's cool that you guys do that every night. And so I'm excited to go back to that. Okay. So then I'm going to put a little loop on the top so it looks like it's hanging from the moon. There we go. I don't know what I'm doing. So years ago, yeah. I have a Bible study that we follow a Bible study manual. I think it's a 6-week study. And so I did that in the spring. And we're going to start up again in September. Friendship, I think, is this one. Okay, so I like the way this vibe is going. Maybe not like totally, but I'm kind of getting into it. I really have this urge, and so I'm going to do it. I'm putting dots on my moon. I don't know. It was really bothering me that my moon didn't have anything in the middle, so he's getting circles. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. But I was going to do it anyway sometime. Lots of times I feel like that, but then I don't want to ruin whatever I've made. But this is a cheap piece of paper that I just had sitting in a scrap pile over there. And I can recreate that. So I don't know why I was being all consternated about it. There we go. So I have half circles in 2 spots there. Can't quite get it all in there. So I don't like it. it looks kind of weird, so I'm going to put a third one in there. There we go. So here is that. I think I'm going to do stripes in my star. So I'll start from here. I do have friends that use rulers when they do their stripes. I just make sure I'm pulling down, because then they tend to stay straighter. But when you do so many, it doesn't matter really if they're straight. I mean, it kind of gets off some, but it looks, I mean, then you know it wasn't a pattern that was already there. It was one added to it. So I thought maybe my headache was from because it was almost 100 degrees here today. I know the rest of you have been boiling, but we haven't here in Colorado, thankfully. And so today was one of our hottest days this year. And I thought maybe my headache's because I was dehydrated, but I will be over my limit once I finish my 32 ounces next to me, which I'll finish before I get off. What time is it? Yeah, I'll probably get off in a little bit, but well, duh, of course I will. But it wasn't that, and I hadn't had very much protein today, so I came home and ate a bunch of protein, but that didn't help it either. So there, my lines aren't straight. Some of them are closer together than others. There we go. And these over here, I need a littler nib or pinpoint. There we go. But I don't have one, so I'll just do the best I can with what I have there. So I have a polka dot and a striped moon. Do I have scissors in here? I don't think I do. Okay, they're buried. I do have some, but so I would cover it out. When I cut it out, I'll cut around it, and then I'll probably use some black ink and ink it. And then see if I like it. I'm making tiny little dots. I know you can't see it. I do have a new setup that I got on Prime Day, and I'm going to set that up hopefully sometime. I've just been trying to clean in here. I need one more set. Well, I could use 2 more sets of drawers, the tiny kind of plastic Sterilite ones or whatever, but I only found 2. I got 2, and they weren't on sale, of course. They were the whatever color the thrift store wasn't having on sale when I got them, which is fine. They were still only $8 each, but I filled them all up. Okay, I kind of thinking that looks pretty cool. Oops, see, there's a big gap right here, so I'm going to add a little one, maybe up this way. There we go. And now I'm just taking it straight down, and it's the circle that the nib is. I like circles, half circles, bubbles. I like that a lot. So put one there and one there. So this is all kind of my typical doodling. Oops, I went through the paper because I went off on that. And then, oops, that one didn't. I kind of flipped it when I went. So there, I kind of like that moon. I'm not into the star totally, but I think it's a savable thing. There we go. So because it is Sharpie, I can go over it with my paints. Come here, painty paints. So I think I think these are Luca's. I can't remember. Oh, my knee has a catch in it. Oopsie. I can't remember. I don't have them labeled. So let me grab a thing. We're going to get you out of here. Well, first off, like I said, this is a newer paper for me. Okay, there's no color in my brush. The star would be gold. Do I want to use this gold? Or do I want to use this yellow? Ooh, that one's bright. Sorry. Or do I want to use the next one? I have 3 yellows in this. So I think I'm going to do the brightest one, which is in the middle. Okay, so I'll move that. Get this out right here. That's dried fairly well. It's a Sharpie, so depending on the paper and how long you've waited, it probably will not. Shoot. It will not run. And I'm not putting lots of water on it there. So the Sharpie's holding up pretty well with this. There we go. The moon. What color is the moon? Let's find out. Do I want to make a blue moon or a gray moon? What color is this over here? I don't know. That's a black. Okay, so I like that. I'm going to add in some of this color. Oh yeah, that's what I needed. There we go. That's the color I want to do the moon. It's kind of a gray-y blue. It's too much. There. And the black, I'm pretty sure it's the black, is you can see it separating. That's okay. It's granulating. So put this here. I've got enough on that paper. Shin hand. These are shin hands. I love them. They're one of my favorites. So I think I'm going to go around the big dots, but not any of the others. Oops, I went right over it. Never mind. I'm going to go over all of them. I could have, oh, no. Almost had a hazard. There we go. So I'm going to do this. It's pretty watery, which is not good for a paper, but it will flatten out. So it might granulate some on here, which means that, you know, you'll see different specks and stuff, which would be fine. Give it kind of a texture. We have that thing. That is not the sun we're going with if I use this. And then I'm thinking that it's going to need a little bit of a background because I got that yellow everywhere. And I'm going to cut it out. So we're going to use some of this. Yep. Yeah, I think I better keep it like that. And we're just going to go in. And this is very illustrative. It's not, you know, literal. It's a literal interpretation of doing the sun and the moon, but it's not a literal moon or sun, star or sun. Okay. And that's okay if there's yellow back there. It's kind of going to turn like a green gray, which is fine. I don't have very much water on here because I don't want to oversaturate my paper. It kind of repels it a little bit. I don't know if there's a coating on this paper or I don't know anything. I don't know where it came from. Usually I label my papers and put them in something so that I always know what it is. So I'm kind of digging this now. I didn't know, but adding the gray in is helping. Oops, there's a little bit of red in there. So I'm kind of digging that. I don't know. Okay, that's not going to be too dark. Go up here. Look at that. So that's kind of cool, guys. the side of this was just a little bit too straight. And watercolors always dry lighter, which is why you're having trouble seeing the darkness. So I'm adding it in as it dries, making it a little darker. And that also helps with some of the texturing. It's an implied texture, not a literal texture. So that's cool. And you can definitely tell it's a watercolor, at least the background part. So I like that. So when I cut it out, I may use a decal edge ruler, which means, you know, a jagged edge ruler, and make this square like that. And then I was kind of thinking I may do another one of these, and instead of having the sun different, putting the sun behind it, you know, and having its rays come out. We may have to try that. Okay. I'm trying to see. It has a different texture on it. So we're going to try that again. Okay. So don't leave your paintbrushes in the water, please. And let me see here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little generous line here, because I might put it on its own postcard. So that's a little bit bigger than my postcard. And it's not straight, which is fine. Okay, there. So I want to make the moon and star. So let's see. So when you're doing things, you know, like a composition or whatever, it's best to break it up into thirds. So here's the half. So I want to make it there and there. And then I'll do the same here and here. So I marked up above and outside so I know where my thirds are. Now this is a pretty big moon. So I'm going to start it. If I'm going to have the sun behind it, I want it off center. So let's start it up here. How did I do that? Okay. Oopsie. I don't like the way that looks, but that's okay. We'll fix it. This is not as good a moon, but that's okay. We can work with it. Told you I'd fix that. That's how I do that. That's why you add the crooked lines. And let's see. There's going to be a string coming down, so I'm going to have the star over here, but I want the sun peeking out. So what I think I'm going to do is have the sun over here. So it's like the moon is eclipsing the sun, see? And then, let me see here. What kind of rays do I want to come out of there? Let's do it this way. So that's that moon and star I just did. I'll be able to take that out if I can get this paper and use it to make a card or something. So if I have the sun like this, no, those don't look like sun rays either. I know that other one had the one like that, and then it had one that kind of looked like a flame. One like that, and kind of a flame. I don't know, guys. I'm just terrible at this whole sun thing. But I want it to come out there. I want my star to be, oops, I lost my lid. I want my star to hang down. So we need to do a star. let's see, I gotta look. And then if I was drawing it the way I do, I start, how do I start? Up, down, over, over, and over. Okay, so go up. Frick. My knee has to pop, but it's not popping. So I need this like that. And then I need a leg down here. Can you see? Oh yeah, I was in perfect spot. I need a leg down here, a leg over here, and now I need one of these. There we go. Ah, it popped. Oh, relief. So, and that's my good knee. There we go. I didn't really like the way that's coming down, so there we go. There we go. Look at that. Night, Barbie. So, and then I want it to have a thing, a ring, and the string's going to come down and hold that. Like that. So it's a little different than the one I made before. All okay so far. Except for the sun. I don't know what to do. So I added circles, circles, circles. I have circle. I won't have as many circles in this because it's a smaller one. And we'll do a half circle right there. And maybe a half circle right there. Okay, so there's the circles on it. Hold on, I gotta take a drink and I'm looking at it. There's a big empty spot right there. So I'll add a circle there. Now, what did I do next? I did tiny circles. Tiny bubbles. Tiny bubbles. There we go. It needs one. Having a screen helps a lot because you see things different when you're looking in the screen. Like I'm seeing how bad this is, but that's okay. Not all art is perfect. So now I do the dots. So I have my thing holding up and down, and I'm going to go down and press. Down and press. Down, press, and lift. So I feel like I'm giving you very boring content tonight, and I apologize. I hope you come back because I'm usually more peppy. But I didn't want to not come on because I feel like I should. And my head does feel a little bit better. So there. So that's that. That's the star. Now I had, what did I have? I had on lines on the star. I'm not sure I want to do lines on it because I just like it just the way it is. What is that? I don't even want to know. Oopsie. So I think I may leave it like that because I can go back after I add the paint even and do it over it because I'm using watercolor. So you can color over it. You can put more watercolor or more ink on it afterwards. So I think that's what I'll do. What are we going to do about the sun, people? People. I could do the lines on the sun, which would be nice, but I need to look at it. I need it to look like a sun, not like a deformity. I don't know what to do. That's how I usually do my suns. And then I put shorter ones in there. What if I did this and then I did... Now it just looks like it has crazy hair. It looks like just Sandy's, one of her cliffs. Just Sandy cliffs. So they're a person. She makes bracelets and earrings and all kinds of things, pens and brooches. I have one, and mine is holding a heart. That looks like some mutant spider. Like, let's add 2 eyeballs to it. Why don't we? There. It's a mutant spider. I don't know what I'm going to do about the sun and the moon. Because my idea was to paint the background that gray and then use my white acrylic and splatter it so it would have stars, white stars behind it. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with the sun. I don't, because I really like that. I really like that a lot. A lot. In fact, Kristen's going to do that. I might leave that part over, so that's a good card. I don't know what I would put on it, but I like that. So I do like this, something I did. See how I could get to my ruler really easy because it was hanging up. So that may be what this needs, is some lines. What the hell? Let's do that. I'll put some up here in this corner. I'm still thinking about what to do about the sun, but this will give me something to do while I'm thinking about it. And I may not figure it out tonight. I may have to sleep on it. I don't know. Usually if you add too many lines, it'll be terrible. So you can't just line the whole thing. Now I know there are people that do that, but it becomes too much for your eyes usually, especially when I do it. So I added those lines up there. They look pretty good, not bad. I want to add some, I don't know where. I was going to add them down here, but my signature's right there, so I don't know that I want to add lines there. I could add some. It did help it though. The lines did help. So when you look at it now, it gave it a better point to look at. There we go. I could do this area right here that's filled and then come over here and just do lines. I don't know, because, well, maybe I could add a piece of flower coming out and make more sections. Because I would need a section over here somehow. Because if I could do a partial maybe just have a flower petal or two come in right there. And then, ow, I can't believe my knee is hurting so bad. And then maybe have a leaf come up here. Then I would have a section I could do here and a section I could do here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Ouch. So here I'm going to have a leaf. Come up. Oh, this is hard, guys. So I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to make a flower coming out here. So there's a petal. And we'll see a little bit of a petal here. And we might see a petal coming up like this. So that's not too bad, because that allows me to then do down here. So I just need to have, I think I'll have a petal right here next to my name, and then a petal right here like that. So right now it just looks like bunny ears, but that's okay, because I'm going to have a leaf come out over here. Now they're not touching, but that's okay. I can make a break for it. Ooh, we might actually finish this today, guys, which would be kind of cool. I showed you how to save, how to save a painting that's not selling or whatever. My mat got dirty down there. I don't know. I'll have to fix that. So I want to put lines here. So I'm going to do a line here. Look at that. Straight as I can get it without a ruler. It's okay. And I'm going to end it right here, which I like. It needs to go down there. Yeah, I'm going to like that. So I applied for Whatnot a year and a half ago when they first started, and they denied me and said I wasn't big enough. I don't know. I wasn't enough. And so the other day, I got a message on Instagram that someone had recommended me for Whatnot, and they're doing I think they called it a bead bonanza. I don't know what they called it. And would I be interested in talking to this girl at Whatnot about it? And I was like, oh yeah, now you want me. Whatever. So I did. I made an appointment with her, and we chatted for almost an hour and a half, I think. And that was like Thursday or Wednesday. And so she let me join into Whatnot, and I was going to have my first show on Monday, but I had some stuff come up, so I didn't get it made. So I will probably do it on Wednesday. Oh, look at that. So this way, so you could see it all. That's how it's looking. And then I have this area right here that I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to do this whole area or just part of it. I could do the lines going, oh, that's what I'll do. I don't know if this is a good idea. This may ruin the whole thing, but I'm going to change my lines. And I'm still pulling towards myself so I can make it as straight as possible. And I kind of got off, so I went over a little bit and made it straight again. And that's okay. Oh, I don't know. This may ruin it. It may not. I don't know. It is nice to have the lines going the different ways because then your eye moves with the line. It's just a natural thing your brain does. So, and that's what composition is about, is to get the viewer, that's you and me, to look through the whole painting, not just one part of it. You want there to be places for the eye to rest. So like the white spots or even the blue spots that don't have much going on. And then you want the eye to also be directed to certain points. And you do that with line and color and texture. You can do it with any of them or all of them. So it is a fun way to add to it. I noticed that lots of people are adding lines now. I've always added lines and polka dots and circles. I'm still not sure what to do about my son. So it's sitting there taunting me. So we'll go ahead and do on off the leaf. Oh, you guys, this I bet will go now because it's looking pretty cool. If I can get one line, there we go. I think that I am going to finish going out that way because I like that. It actually is okay. And if I had ruined it, then I would just throw it back in the drawer, and then maybe another year or two goes by and I figure out something to do to it that might save it, or I might not, and I may end up just cutting it up into collage fodder. I know those are a lot of people that don't like that word, fodder, but that's always what I've heard it called. So anyway, the stuff that you use for your collage, this would be a great to cut this up and rip it up to add to a collage. I think it would add a lot of fun texture to it, and that's a good thing. There we go. Look at that, guys. I do like it a lot more. I know the flowers need something else done to them. Oh, I have an idea. Should I just do it? I don't know if I'll like that. Let me see. So here's that one I made. So what if I went in and added a smaller petal to it? Like that. Oh, I think I'm going to. Don't know if this is the right thing to do or not. But my petals, I needed something done to them, so I think that may be what it needed, guys. I may have stumbled on it, something for myself. I've never done that before. I've never put a second petal on top of them like that. Usually I just go over them, behind them and stuff, but I'm kind of digging the second petal, and it needed something. It was too plain and like there's too much space there. So, and it will help these petals have some action there. This leaf I didn't like at all. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. There we go. It's better. There we go. I do. I think I like that. Hey, Bear. There we go. And in the past, I probably wouldn't have done something like this. But part of the reason why I don't mind doing it now is because it wasn't like I was going to be able to sell this the way it was. And I have one of these that's a great big one that I would like to do something with and maybe be able to sell it or hang it up at my house if nothing else. And because I like the glazing of all the different and so it was worth trying. You know, you're not going to make the perfect painting every time, and especially like with this, for whatever reason, no one bought it. It was a little plain, but it was a good composition by itself. It just needed something. So it's not like I can ruin it now. It wasn't doing anything before. So, and like I said, I can use it in my collages. I can cut it up, and that's okay. That's what I figured I would end up doing to it because I didn't know what to do. But when we sat down today, the idea of drawing something on it really excited me because I was like, oh, I like to do that. I could have done it with a metallic or a white ink too, or one of my gel pens. I could have done it with any of those. It didn't have to be a black. I just tend to always reach for black. It's just how I am. So that's, you know, you don't have to do it with black. That helped it a lot, guys. That really added a lot to it. I may go in with some white and do some white polka dots on it. I don't know. That really, it's not quite as bright on there as it is in person. But you can see all that, and it gives you something to look at. So I really like it. I'm not too pleased with the leaves, actually. But I don't know. Sometimes I make leaves and I love them, and other times I make them and I'm like, what were you thinking? So I'm going in and adding some scribbles to the leaves, thickening up the middle vein in them, and adding a little bit of scribbling to the veins going out there. And that does help some. At least I think it did. I think it gave it more of a finish. So they were just maybe too perfect. I don't know. There we go. This one needs it now. I'm not even doing the whole line. I'm just doing little pieces of it. So there. That's looking better. I'm liking it more and more with each mark. I always am worried I'm going to ruin it with something, you know. But it's a bit freeing when you know you can just cut it up, or you can take it out of its mat and do something else with it if you need to. So that I really like. It may be done. Let's see, where's my lid? So tonight we did this. It started out as a blank with just the blues on it. I drew on with a pencil very lightly my starting flower positions, and then I went back with my black sharp. This time I'm using a Sharpie and put in everything. Then I thought it wasn't enough, so I added some more flowers, and then I added the lines. So that, I really like that. I may put that up just to look at because it makes me kind of happy. We stamped some stamps. This was the one I made, and these were some new ones. I just wanted to see how they stamp, and this is a good paper for it. I showed you my one postcard I've made, and then that I had two others that I was going to work on. I didn't get anything done on them. It's in the sun and the moon theme, but I did make this, which I really like, and I will put on a card and do something with it. And I started this. This is the size of the postcard, 6x4. This is the moon and the star. I did not put the lines in it, but I may put them back in. And this is the sun, and I just don't know how to make it look like I want it to. So, oh yeah, and we made my ID bracelet from my medical thing. So we got quite a bit done tonight. It's now been an hour and 50 minutes, so I'm going to head out. I'm going to take some more medicine for my head, and then I will hit the hay probably. I have a bead show coming up on Thursday. I will be putting out a whatnot announcement, and then I have some designer purses, Coach and Patricia Nash and Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke. And so I may do a pop-up. It may be a recorded pop-up, but I'll put those up for sale because I'd like to get them out. They're actually kind of big and taking up room. So that's what I have coming up for the next week. Have a great week, guys. It's the last weekend coming up for July. So enjoy that, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks. Have a great week. Bye.